LinkedIn. That was how I got the IP role I have now. And here's what happened. So I've been a LinkedIn stan since before law school. I started really reviewing my LinkedIn. How was I coming off on LinkedIn before law school started? I started reaching out to attorneys who I thought sounded interesting. They worked in positions I thought were interesting and maybe they would want to chat with me being a law student and give advice. I prioritized that from the very beginning. One of the attorneys that I spoke with, she was actually one of the first attorneys I spoke with before school started. It was a 15-minute mentorship call that she offered, and we stayed in touch. A year later, I reached out to her again because I wanted to interview her for a blog I wanted to write for my own blog. And we did that. Fast forward another year, a year and a half. I had graduated, still didn't have a job lined up because I was busy studying for the bar exam. I clerked part-time temporarily for an IP firm where I live, and then I also was a ghostwriter for lawyers on LinkedIn. 2 weeks after I stopped working as a ghostwriter, I was freaking out. I still did not have a full-time attorney role and was networking the hell out of LinkedIn at that point, which I had been doing, but I had just ramped up my efforts. I was literally going down my contact list trying to figure out, does anyone know anyone who's hiring, particularly in IP? But I am open to discussing other roles, other areas. 2 weeks later, a week before my mom's birthday, which was very serendipitous for me, I get a message from my now boss saying, I saw that you are looking for a job on your LinkedIn. If you're still looking, would you be interested in working here? We have a role open. 2 weeks prior, I had actually just randomly sent my most updated resume for them to have it in case a role popped up. And sure enough, it did. And so that's how I got here. To your question about, is it easier if you were in a T15 school? I think that's what they're called. Girl, I did not go to a T15 school. Yes and no. Yes, in that I think schools that have their OCI program down on lock, they have these big networks and all these resources that they can offer to their students. In some ways, that will make it easier for a lot of people to find a position. That being said, that doesn't mean that people who are not in that situation won't be able to make it happen. And I'm an example of that. I took a very non-traditional approach to going to law school. Don't be scared to pursue it just because the numbers are not what people tell you that they should be. Do not listen to them.